So what's it take to actually launch Copilot in your organization? Well, think through this in 3 steps. I love 3 steps. So let's talk through this in 3 steps. Number 1, how significant is your potential risk? And then number 2, how many team members should get it? And number 3, how will you know if you're getting your money's worth on it? So to assess your risk, fortunately, there's a framework for this. Microsoft themselves has published what they call a Copilot readiness assessment. And I know for everybody that's attending, we'll make a Copilot readiness assessment for you. Your Aldridge principal consultant can actually walk through that Copilot readiness with you. We're your technology experts. We want to make sure that we're helping you navigate this. If you aren't currently an Aldridge client, we can still send you a self-paced Copilot readiness assessment. It's an Excel spreadsheet. Q&A gives you a Copilot readiness score. It asks you questions like, well, I'll show you what some of the questions are, but we want to make sure you've got the right licensing, that you've got the right prereqs, that your information's stored in a place that you're going to get value from it. You also want to consider your user account security, and I'll talk through this a bit more. If a user account is not secure and has Copilot, we're handing a threat actor a potentially very valuable tool to get to the information that they shouldn't be able to get to even easier. And the last bit is the information security or your data hygiene. How is the information organized within your environment such that Copilot can actually access it, but respect who should be able to see what? When you're thinking about how many teams should get it, well, I mean, clearly, as many as you can, turn it on. But you really want to focus in on your early adopters and the people that are going to be experimenters and are going to give you feedback on it. Think about it in terms of working groups. Maybe the executive team gets it, or the directors get it, or the managers of a particular unit get it, or all the people within one team under one manager get it, so they can collaborate and think through. And then how will you know that you're getting your money's worth? Well, you can check the usage on it. There are administrative reports that won't necessarily easily tell you all the queries that people are making, although you can do that. There's data privacy, there's administration. If you have those administrative rights to do like discovery, to go search for an email or search for a file, you technically have the administrative rights to say what were the queries that were made to Copilot, what was returned, or at least what was the experience. But as importantly, it's a people conversation to build the wins and build the feedback cycle, to walk down the hall and say, guys, I need to show you something I just did with Copilot that made me go, wow. As part of prepping for this, I took an early outline of this that was in Word, and I went over to PowerPoint, and I said, PowerPoint, create a slide deck from this outline. And PowerPoint sat there and worked on it in Copilot for about 60 seconds, and then it produced a 40-slide deck with photos that were relevant to the topics. All the slides matched the outline structure, all the text blocks. It did variations in layout and theming, and while it wasn't perfect, it got me 60% of the way there. Now, granted, we ended up taking a slightly different direction with this. This is our slide deck. We didn't use Copilot for all of this, but it made both of us go, just wow, that was amazing, where Copilot was able to take an outline in Word and produce a PowerPoint deck that was ready to be customized and staged and maybe further branded along the way.